Evening everyone, and welcome to ReinaMoe's DIY and It Designs. Today I have a DIY for you. One of my subbies, and her name is, it's either pronounced Alika or Alicia Matthews, is getting married, and her colors are fuchsia, gray, and white. And so she's a complete DIY bride just like me. She says she's going to DIY everything, so that's going to give me a lot of things that I can definitely share with you all, and definitely her. And the first thing I thought of is a candle holder that I'm going to make from scratch, but I'm still waiting for the supplies to come in. So the next thing I was thinking, okay, well, she's going to have a bridal shower, so how about some DIY bridal shower invitations? And that popped in my mind when I was on one of my trips to the local Dollar Tree, and I happened to see these invitations that are actually different shades of gray, and the only white is actually right here where it says you're invited. So I purchased quite a few of these because they're just really cute. And when I opened it up, I saw how plain that it was, and I said, well, you know what, we can definitely fix this up and make it really, really nice. And make it a keepsake for those that are receiving it. So today's DIY is going to be bridal shower invitations. So with that said, and saying what her colors were, I went ahead and I used Microsoft Word, and I created this template that had 4 text boxes so that each one could get 4 invitations out of one sheet of paper. The paper that you want to use can be vellum paper, it can be cardstock as long as it's smooth cardstock, if you're putting it through a laser printer and you plan on using any of the reactive metallic foils, which is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to use the gunmetal gray color. And I also went online and looked at different fonts that they had, and I found a different calligraphy. It's a little more special because there's more flourishes with the capital letters. I don't know if you can notice that, but it's just beautiful calligraphy. So what I've written on here is, you are cordially invited to share in the much anticipated bridal shower in honor of ReinaMoe's DIY and It Designs and Polly Bear G, that's my boo, to be held this Saturday, and I just put a random date in there, at high noon in the location of Bridal Oasis, Willowbrook Mall in Spring Cypress, Texas, and a zip code. Now this information that I've given you is a little bit of an expansion on reality, because there is a real Willowbrook Mall, but there is no Bridal Oasis. But the main thing is, whenever you write up your invitation, you want to make sure that you have, obviously, you and your fiance's name on there. You want to have the time, the date, the location. Questionable if you want them to RSVP. Me personally, I feel like RSVPs are really more important for the wedding, because you're going to be paying quite a bit per plate usually, well, nowadays. So you definitely need a good head count. But for a bridal shower, number one, you're not going to invite as many people. Number two, the people that you are inviting are people that you're very, very close to, and those that you want to become close to that are from the groom side of the family. So 99% of them will make it to your bridal shower. You shouldn't receive a whole bunch of people telling you that you can't go. So putting an RSVP on there, it's your choice if you want to or not. So basically, this was my template, and once I was happy with how that looked, I decided to go ahead and use the laser printer, and I chose vellum. Vellum is a transparent paper that is beautiful when it's printed. The thing is, there are very few inkjet printers that will work on vellum, so it has to be a laser printer. Because it's a laser printer, you have a little bit more variety for options, because then you can use the reactive foil and foil it if you so choose. But I found this gorgeous rose printed vellum paper, and when you put different colors behind it, it really makes it the color pop, the rose print really pop with the white. But she also has gray in her color scheme for her Pantone colors, but she didn't share with me the shade of gray, so obviously I just picked out what I liked. And see, it deepens that fuchsia color. So it really depends on your taste palette, your color palette, whatever paper it is that you use that you like. I'm going to use white. I also wanted to show you how you can do this with any color palette that you may have. This isn't fuchsia, it's a cranberry color, and this was inspired by another one of my subbies that I'll be doing a different DIY. She requested centerpieces, but her colors were cranberry. Well, it's her nephew. His colors are cranberry and dark gray. So I printed out these just to show you that you have options. So if you're having a rustic wedding, you can use whatever color it is that suits your fancy, whether that's yellows like a sunflower, if it's turquoises, different shades of blues, purples, whatever color it is that you choose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut out these templates, and then the one that I'm going to gold foil, I'll go ahead and I'll do that process, and I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so now I have gone through with the gunmetal and run the vellum through, and I don't know if you can see the foiling, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, really gorgeous. And then I turned around and I did it on this page as well. And just so that you can see a comparison of the foiling and the non-foiled, this is still very nice, but this definitely takes a bridal shower invitation that you bought initially, 8 in a pack from the Dollar Tree, up 10 notches. I mean, it's just, it is beautiful. Okay, so that's how that looks. Now what I wanted to do now was work on the actual front of the card. Now I thought that this was a really, really beautiful damask print. And the gray in it is very, very elegant. But I decided I needed to bring a splash of color to it that are in her wedding Pantone colors. So I found this at Hobby Lobby. They had these washi tapes, and then I also picked up this one because I wasn't sure if I wanted a wider band, but I've decided to go with the smaller one. And how I'm going to embellish it is just run a little bit of the washi tape right along this black to cover it, and then I'm going to go around the bottom border. I'm not going to go completely around this shape. And I may embellish a little bit at the bottom. I'm not real sure about that. And then, you know, I had to bling it out some kind of way. So I bought some crystals that were fuchsia, this smaller size, and then a medium size. I'll end up going with the smaller size, but I'm thinking about embellishing up here as well, where it says you're invited. But I'm going to go ahead and add the washi tape, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So now I have adhered the washi tape to the bottom as well as to the top and put the 2 embellishments. So what I'm going to do now on the inside, like I showed you before, on this side it has the 2 from, place, time, RSVP if you're going to put it. I'm going to cover this up. So I've gone ahead and I'm going to use the back side of the invitation that since I made a copy just to show you what it looks like on cardstock. I'm not going to waste this, even though I'm not going to use this for an invitation. So I'm going to go ahead and cover that up so I have a nice white background. And I'm using double-sided tape that I purchased from the Dollar Tree, my favorite store. So you just line it up. And then press it down. so that's nice and even. Now, there may be some of you out there already that do scrapbooking, so you probably have a guillotine or some type of cutter, and then there might be those of you that are beginners like I was with scrapbooking, and I'm still not that great at it, but at least I try. But I found this portable craft blade trimmer, which is what I used, and I got this from Tuesday Morning for $4.99. You can't beat that, and it works just good enough for what it is that I need it for. So I used it in order to cut this, and also I decided I'm going to affix my vellum paper here once I trim that out, which I'm going to end up using some pinking shears for that around the edge, because I just like the look of pinking shears. And I was also thinking about possibly using brads to attach it, but I think I'm going to rethink that and just go ahead and use the double-sided tape. But on the other side, since it's going to be plain, you can choose to leave it plain if you would like. I decided, you know, being an older bride, I know how a lot of my family are up in age and they really like photographs. I'm not sure why, because I didn't grow up taking lots of photographs, but like my aunts and everybody, they really love pictures. So, you know, you could have your invitation here, and then on this side or even on the back, if you don't want to show the tender thoughts that came from the Dollar Tree. It doesn't say Dollar Tree, but it does say tender thoughts. You can affix a picture here or a picture here. So I've gone ahead and I've taken a picture of me and my poly bear and cut both two down to size, because I have to decide which of the two I want to add. And who knows, I might put one inside the card and on the back end of the card. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is attach the vellum paper after I've gone ahead and cut it out with the pinking shears, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have affixed the actual vellum invitation to the inside of the card, and this is how it looks, and it turned out really, really, really nicely. So I'm very happy with that. And I do still like the idea of adding a picture, whether you want to affix it to the card itself, or if you just wanted to tack it down with the double-sided tape. Because like I was saying before, you know I had an aunt, she passed away now, but she missed out on a lot of things simply because she wasn't very mobile. And that might be, again, one of the reasons why older people tend to like pictures. So if I were to invite her to my bridal shower, if she were still living, but my other aunt is, my Aunt Belle, she's still here, and she's not mobile. And we don't know how much longer we have with her, you know, but she's pretty healthy for her age. But that would be a good thing for someone that you would like to invite, whether it's to your wedding, bridal shower, graduation party, whatever, that you know is older and up in age and doesn't travel very much or can travel well at all. You know, sending a picture would be one of the good things to do, because it makes them feel like you thought about them, you know, and that you're including them even though they can't participate like they would love to because of age or disability. But anyway, that's enough of my rambling. If you like this DIY, please thumbs up the video, like and share the video episode. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you have any ideas that you would like for me to bring to you, please make a comment down below and I'll definitely address it. I'm going to end up making another video this evening, which I'll probably upload it later, so if you see me in the same outfit, that's the reason why, because I promised both of those ladies, and I'll say the names again, Alika, or it's Alicia, She just spells it differently. Last name Matthews. This was inspired by you. One of the few projects I'll be doing for you since you're a total DIY bride and you're trying to DIY everything. So this one was inspired by you. And Miss Jerika Davis Lloyd, I'll be doing a video next to show you a simple DIY for a centerpiece for wedding. So on that note, everybody, have a wonderful evening. Bye.